Listen, this movie is insane. I'll give you a brief overview of my thoughts without spoilers first, but most of this video is going to be spoiler talk, okay? So this is it. This is the culmination of all 21 films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it feels like it. It is an incredibly satisfying ending to the Infinity Saga, and it is an ending. Normally, when I leave a Marvel movie, I am super excited for the next one, but not this time. I am completely content. It's weird, I almost don't want to go see Spider-Man Far From Home when it comes out. I still will, but the feeling of finality that this movie gave me is just so powerful. I'm sure that'll wear off over time, but I mean it when I say it. This movie is satisfying. It does an incredible job of taking your expectations, flipping them on their head, and then blowing them out of the water. You'll be completely shocked at least 5 or 6 times throughout the course of this film. I assume that's why so many internet trolls have been working so hard to spoil it, but speaking of spoilers, there's not much more I can say while remaining spoiler-free. So if you haven't seen Endgame, for the love of God, go see that movie, okay? Spoiler talk time. Holy shit, they killed Thanos in the first 15 minutes. And then they cut to 5 years in the future. My jaw hit the floor. I had absolutely no clue where the film was going to go at that point. They really lost. Now there's this new bleak world in place of the old one. And I really like seeing this new world that they made. I love Tony's daughter, Morgan. I love seeing Professor Hulk, who really threw me for a loop, by the way. I was not expecting that so soon in the film. I thought we would get to see his process into becoming Professor Hulk, but nope, he was just there. Hey, it seems like I'm the only one eating here. Like, it was great. I loved it. They gave us all these hilarious interactions between the characters. Seeing Rocket and Ant-Man interact with the more serious characters of Steve and Tony, that was fantastic. The whole movie was fantastic. It was one giant piece of fan service, and it was great. And then when they're doing the time travel and the Thanos of the past figures out what's happening, I was completely on the edge of my seat. Oh, and they killed Natasha. It was crazy. I remember looking and thinking when she and Clint got to Vormir that they both have future projects coming up. Black Widow is getting a movie, and Hawkeye's getting a Disney Plus show. So these two need to be safe. There must be some way they're going to get out of it. They're going to get the Soul Stone, and they're going to be okay. But no, they both go flying over the edge together, and then I thought they were both going to die. It was a double fake out. It was this constant back and forth, ripping my heart out and playing tennis with it. But yeah, Black Widow died. And she's permanently dead too. They tried to bring her back and it didn't work. I thought she was going to be safe in this movie, but I guess not. But her sacrifice was worth it because they did it. Hulk put on the Infinity Gauntlet and he unsnapped everyone back into existence, right before Thanos rained down hell on the Avengers compound. And after that, this movie just became a gigantic all-out battle. You had Cap and Tony and Thor just wailing on Thanos, who had this giant double-bladed longsword, while the other Avengers worked really hard to get the gauntlet out of the hands of Thanos' army. And Cap did it. I knew he was worthy since the moment he tried to pick up the hammer in Age of Ultron, but he actually did it here. He wielded Mjolnir, and he used it to absolutely go to town on Thanos. There's this one shot where he knocks him back, and then he swings the hammer down, and lightning just rains down from the sky onto Thanos. It was incredible. I thought that, him using the hammer would be a one-time thing, just to be like, oh, he actually is worthy. But once he picked that thing up, he kept using it for the rest of the movie. Oh, and he also gave us that line that we've been waiting for all this time. Avengers, assemble. As all the armies of Asgard and the Ravagers and Wakanda and the Wizards and Howard the freaking Duck all pile out of portals to make war against Thanos. It was mind-numbing. My theater was shaking from everyone yelling so much. We got some great moments with the non-main Avengers. Peter Parker and Carol Danvers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Falcon. Everyone that got snapped gets at least one cool shot in the movie. And finally, Doctor Strange lets Tony know that this is the one timeline where they beat Thanos. So Tony runs up and grabs the gauntlet, which is made of Stark tech, allowing him to pull all the stones out and put them in his own gauntlet. He says the same line from the very first movie, "I am Iron Man," and then he snaps Thanos and his army out of existence. Incredible. There were just so many tears in my theater. And finally, we get a close to this chapter, the Infinity Saga. Tony dies with Peter, Rhodey, and Pepper there, knowing that he saved the entire universe. Cap travels back in time, returning the Infinity Stones and Mjolnir, and then he stays in the 1940s to live his life with Peggy, before Old Man Steve gives his shield to Sam Wilson in the present. We get that closing shot of Steve dancing with Peggy, and man, that hit me so hard. I know there's a bunch of little problems and plot holes that come from the time travel stuff in this movie, but I really don't care. I really, really don't. This story has finally been resolved, and I loved it so, so, so much. I loved it 3,000. I've been Beware. This is What Wears Watchin'. Stay frosty.